I think
Can you
I
hear
think
me
that
now?
did it. I think that did it. Okay, little technical difficulties. So I'm gonna do the thing again. I'm gonna do the intro. Just
Okay, sweet.
pretend.
They said they can hear us.
Just pretend it's just now starting. Okay. Welcome to the Magog and Medusa show, everyone. Tonight I'm joined by Medusa, the lovely as always, and our guest tonight is Jagan Political. Say hi, Jagan Political.
Howdy, howdy.
That's enough out of you.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a little technical difficulty. Sorry about that, everyone. All right. Well, I was just saying that we had already had a super chat by Dual Wield, and I'm like, come on, bro. We're supposed to be helping you raise money.
Right?
God. But he's all pre-stream ass rape, and all that stuff. Donations. Thank you so much, Dual Wield.
Yes,
Everybody,
much
Dual Wield.
appreciated.
Dual Wield is a wonderful rap group, and they do all kinds of cool music on the YouTubes. But they recently had their computer explode. So you will find a GoFundMe donation link in the description. And if my Magogonites can possibly help, even if it's just $1, go ahead and head over there and donate if you can to help him rebuild his
Yes,
computer
please.
so he can continue to give us great rap music and also, help a brother out. Was that right? Was that hip?
That was very hip.
Every dollar helps, guys. Every dollar helps.
Yes. I usually don't try, I don't like to do those too often because I don't, I don't want it to, I don't want my Magogonites to think that I'm just, trying to raise money for everything out there, but Dual Wield is good people. And they make awesome rap music, and they have a white supremacist door. A front door that is white supremacist. And so we figured, it's a worthy cause.
And if you
Casey-
can't donate, then you can always share it as well.
Right. Yes. Yeah. If you don't donate, you can at least spam the link out there on the Twitter sphere or whatever.
Yeah.
Casey Freeman says we can't hear you. He put it all in caps, so I was just Thank you for the $2, Casey Freeman. Also, you will find the direct PayPal links and the Streamlabs and all that in the description as well. I'll be paying attention to Streamlabs. Obviously, PayPal link is a direct payment, so there's no comment or anything. But, if you want to help support the channel, go ahead. If not, just enjoy the fucking show. Nicholas Danka says, praise be Magog and Medusa as well, and no ass rape. Yes, no, save that for side quest. Did y'all even watch the show last week? Our fans, my Magogonites, discovered that they could hurt us with super chat money.
Oh shit.
Yes, they could cause a great deal of damage with our health and our sanity.
Throw coins.
Yes. So anyway, Jagan Political, tell everybody a little about yourself before we get the show really rolling, and I want to talk about a few topics.
Well, I am
That's enough out of you.
you. You son of a bitch. Nah, I do satire and stuff like that. I'm going to start doing some gaming stuff, but yeah, I don't do much at the moment. But check my stuff, what I do have out, if you can.
All right. And you'll find his link in the description if you guys are interested in his stuff, but that's enough out of him. I see we got all kinds of wonderful people in our chat today. And Boston Antifa, did he say white supremacist dog? I'll dox that too. No, I said door. Front door. It's a white supremacist front door. But oddly enough, it has a black mail slot. Oh, look, we got Chaos in the chat. We got Free Willy. We got Jack T. Ripper. We got Casey Freeman, obviously, because he gave a super chat. Hello, everyone. Oh, my wonderful Magogonites.
Hello, everyone.
Scott McLean is here. Modern Medusa, do you play Overwatch or just like making little Japanese guy cream their jimmies?
I don't have enough money to play Overwatch, but I've seen gameplay and I watch a lot of porn. So
Well, everybody will be happy to know that any donations on our show, when I do a show with anybody who is a co-host, I pay my co-hosts. It's very little, but I do pay them. No, I'm joking. we split the profits here on the Magog channel. I'm definitely a capitalist entrepreneur. And it's just good business to pay your people. You know?
Yep.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about something since it's close to Halloween. And that's some sort of strange holiday in your world where children dress up in crazy costumes and attract pedophiles. Did I get that right?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm in the ballpark, right? I'm in the ballpark.
Close enough.
All right. Well, since it's close to Halloween, I decided to use my magical portal to watch some of your horror things. And you know what? I discovered a show on the Netflix. Most horrifying show I have ever seen in my life. Scared me shit. It's called The Mist. Supposedly it's based on Stephen King. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not traditionally scary. There's not monsters. There's no jump scares. Most of the death scenes are rather, well, not really good, they're not well portrayed. I mean, the graphics are shitty, there's not enough blood, and there's no monsters, okay? But what's horrifying about it, what is absolutely terrifying is it's filled with social justice nonsense. Oh, man, I couldn't take it. Oh, this was bad. You guys would not believe how bad this was. Do you want me to tell you how bad this was?
Please torture us.
Yeah, man. I'm down.
I'm ready.
Within
My
the
body
first,
is ready.
yes, within the first couple minutes of the first episode, we already meet an overbearing, over-controlling mother who happens to be a teacher, and she is put on administrative leave for teaching sex education. So this is apparently some sort of hick small town where they didn't want sex being taught to their children.
Oh my god.
Do it the national way with some butter grease and a shot glass. There you go.
Right. So here's the plot line thus far. Our overbearing mother.
Hello, everybody.
Oh shit! What is that?
Ooh.
What is that? Thing?
Spoopy!
Hello there.
What is that?
I am
thing?
afraid.
Hey, boys and ghouls. How's it going?
Oh my god.
Who the fuck
Oh,
are
that's a-
you?
Hello.
I hear you. Who is that? I can't tell with the mask on.
Oh shit, it's even
How's it
scarier.
Oh, now put it back on. Put it back on.
All right.
Hello. Oh,
Yes.
wait, seriously, like, I don't even think I've seen your face.
I think you guys met one time before on one of my streams.
Did I?
Yeah. We met before. Magog, it's Loudmouth. Hey.
Oh, you. Okay. I don't remember inconsequential NPCs.
It's Halloween, so I thought I'd give it up with the mask off.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's loud.
I do like the mask. Very
Thanks
nice.
for letting me on, Vanessa.
Of course. I know you wanted to come on, so I figured I might as
You
well.
wanted to come? Well, this is the right show for you.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So anyway, let me finish this horrible thing.
Oh yes, please do go
I
on.
was talking about the Mist TV show. And then
Yes.
within the first 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes, we meet a gender fluid, non-binary character whose dad doesn't like him because he wears makeup. And they're like at a football game, and he's already like, oh, this is just white male aggression. And then like the girl's like, but black people play football too. And he's like, well, maybe they're just doing it to get over their oppression or something.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Truly terrifying. Your Halloween is a crazy holiday. I had no idea. I was so scared.
I know.
I was
Fuck.
so scared. Terrified. And then there's brutal rape scene. Well, not really.
Oh no.
It happens literally in 10 seconds. It never shows anything. But I call it brutal because of how emotionally stunted these actors are from having to read these lines. You know? Like, it must have been a truly brutal rape for the actors to portray the emotional fallout of this incident so poorly. I mean, it's straight, it's bad acting, it's bad writing, and there's no monsters. They changed the story altogether from the original Mist. Apparently,
No spider monsters?
No,
what?
no, like
No monsters?
yeah, like
What's up with that?
like in the original Mist, it was like some government experiment opened up a dimensional gateway, and all these horrifying Lovecraftian beasts came through in the Mist, right? Well,
Yeah,
this one,
that's what it always seemed like. That was what Stephen King was kind of going for.
right? But in this rendition, it's more like nature got mad.
Oh, that kind of deal.
Yeah,
Kind of like what the Mist was. It kind of seemed like a really over the top fu to fundamentalist Christians. That seems to be a kind of theme in a lot of Stephen King stories.
Yeah.
That's true, but at least it's entertaining if it's done right. This TV show is like, it's called The Black Spring, and it's when nature decides to just turn against us. So most people are killed by like cockroaches and bees and grasshoppers.
What? That's fucking lame.
Yeah, that is lame as
Grasshoppers?
shit.
Yes.
Well, Stephen King is the one who thought that a bunch of hedges would be scary in The Shining. And was pissed off that the movie didn't have a bunch of hedge monsters attacking people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, hedges are not scary. I'm sorry.
Well, that's they did it eventually in the made-for-TV one, didn't they? Not the
Yeah, but that one sucked.
Yeah, everybody.
It's like 4 hours long. I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, dude, 77 says I want to come on the show too. LOL. Well, maybe next time. we're already full up. Failure's in the chat. Hello, failure accomplished. Well,
Hey, Failure, how's it going?
he's using the failure terminated, but either way, it's failure. A lot of failure in this chat today. And I also got a $10 donation on my Streamlabs. Brahma says, "Oh, hail Magog, long-time fan, my lord. If I could entreat you to say, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be..." What is that?
Quite operational when your friends arrive?
Yes, that's the line. It's weird. Streamlabs like cuts off the end and then makes it go over here like mid-word. Why
Yeah,
does
that
it do
would
that?
be the one.
Why does it do that? Okay, I'll say.
Vanessa, congrats on that huge growth in your channel recently. What is it?
Thank you, I
I
appreciate
remember last time we streamed together, I was slightly bigger than you, and you just like blew way past me.
I know, especially after the Barcroft thing. That was. I still am getting, I think, more subscribers from that because it's almost
Saw you
like
in the Daily
100,000
Mail.
views
I was
now.
cool. I'm like, wow, I know that chick.
Well, I'm sure
gonna
you'll
say
be
this
catching
line
up
from
soon.
this super chat. Everybody quiet,
Oh yes, go ahead.
because it's gonna be a sound bite. It's gonna be a sound bite. I'm afraid the delay. Shh! I'm reading it. I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Oh my god, that was really creepy.
Good old Palpatine.
I want you to. I want you to. I want to hear you read off lines from Salad Fingers and other David Firth themed things. He's a great creepy writer.
Well,
or-
that would be interesting. I've had a
animator.
lot of requests to do readings. You know, I should read that
yeah.
children's book. Shut the fuck up and go to sleep.
Oh fuck yeah! We should do a collab on like or maybe read a fan fiction.
I wonder if there are any Magog and
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you got fan.
If anybody wants us to do that, write a Magog and Medusa and whoever else. fan
Mortally
fiction.
Yours, the Harry Potter fan fiction would be amazingly read. I would like you to read that.
fuck those movies.
Mortally yours. Oh
Incandescent 01 says, "How's everything going, Magog? Has your ass healed up from the ass rape damage dealt to you last Monday?" Yes, it's healed, of course. I'm a fucking mage. I took some health potions. It's fine. Thank you so much for the donation. Creepy bastards found out they could hurt us on side quests by super chatting ass rape damage over and over again.
Oh no.
Nicholas Danka says, "I raise a glass of mead to you, Magog and Medusa." Yes, Thank you so much. Meat is good. So anyway, back to this SJW cringy shit happening in television shows. It's like they can't help themselves. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Hollywood, it happened in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. The 4th season came around after the election, and they made it all about this fictional computer program world like the Matrix that all the agents got put into, and they didn't know it wasn't the real world. And Hydra had won, all the Nazis had won. And of course, they had lines in there like, we'll make our society great again, and, you know, and all this and that. And they're chasing down the Inhumans just for being different, and it's almost like the trans thing, you know. Oh, God. I just want to watch a television show without the politics.
Right now, it's impossible.
Smartly written political satire in a science fiction program can actually be amazing, but if it's badly written, it's pure cringe.
Yeah, I mean, The Mist had this scene in it where she goes to the party, right? Let me explain this. The daughter goes to the party. Now, the mother, her mother, is overbearing and over-controlling. But she's pretty much the main character of the show because she's the only big-name actress. Her last name's Sutherland. Anyway, the husband, of course, is completely, like, emasculated by her. She's always telling him, you know, and it's subtle. It's not like she's the bad guy, but you can tell, right? So the one time he finally stands up for himself is when the daughter wants to go to a party and be a normal teenager. And so, you know, the mother forbids it, walks away, and finally the dad's like, you know what, I'm your father, I should have a say in this. Just, you know, don't drink, don't, you know, have sex, like, be safe, make good decisions, go to the party, don't tell your mother. And she goes to the party and gets raped.
Oh, no.
And then the mother blames him. The one decision
great.
this guy makes, finally, as a father, to let his baby girl go out and just have a good time and be a normal teenager. And she ends up raped, like the most horrible outcome could possibly happen, right? Yeah. And it's real cringy the way they do it, you know? And the mother freaks out at the daughter, and after listening to her tell, like, she's like, oh, I drank something and I passed out, and when I woke up there was blood on the bed, and I had felt something, and I knew that what had happened, and the mother's, like, single tear crying, and then literally 5 seconds later in the car, she, like, calls her mom a slut because she's, like, emotionally damaged and just trying to figure things out, and her mom, like, slaps the shit out of her for it.
Oh my God.
It's like, who slaps their daughter in the face 5 minutes after learning of their rape?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That seems seriously insensitive.
Like, don't you dare call me a slut, you little fucking...
The fuck is wrong with this shit?
Take that!
And of
Oh
course,
my God.
And of course, there's the dumb redneck, like, sheriff who is corrupt as hell, and there's, like, people in the town that just hate on the little genderqueer kid just for you know, just to be there for you to hate them. They're the ones that are like, you fucking faggot, you know? Like, it's really cringy. Now, I've read up, because obviously I didn't sit through these whole episodes, I only watched so much of them. But, I hear that by the end of it, some people are saying that it kind of ends up being a parody of SJWs. And they don't know if that's on purpose or not, that maybe the writers were actually making fun of all that shit because of how many people end up dying and stuff and the real overreaction.
You never know. It could, like, if something's really badly written, it can end up having, like, the exact opposite effect. Kind of like the Reefer Madness syndrome, for example. Reefer Madness was created, of course, to demonize marijuana use, but it ends up being laughed at by potheads everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you know, but who knows if that's done on purpose or not, but the reality is, whether the show gets better or not, it's still really badly written, and the acting is awful, the graphics are awful, and there's no monsters!
I know, that's fucking gay.
That's shitty.
Scary.
Why would you remove, like, the core element of
triggering.
fear?
What was that, Jake? I couldn't hear you.
I was like, why would you remove, like, one of the core elements of fear from a fucking horror movie? That these fourth-dimensional beings or whatever the fuck, because Lovecraftian beings, of course, being fourth-dimensional beings, fucking, that's supposed to be what's scaring you. This unknown monster that's out in the fucking mist, and now it's grasshoppers and cockroaches and fucking. That's stupid.
It was too scary.
Nothing is too scary. It's bullshit. Fear is healthy. Fuck them.
Well, pretty much anybody can get a fucking...
and make it less scary. That's
Well, the thing is too that the original plot line being like this government experiment opens up a gateway dimension in the army base next to the town, and so there's obviously it's almost like they tried to play that up because one of the main characters is the black guy, and he's wearing all army fatigues, and he's the guy who wakes up in the woods, doesn't even know his name, and he sees his dog get killed because this dog's standing with him, and you're like, oh, a puppy, and the puppy's name is Rufus. Anyway,
Oh my god.
and this German Shepherd goes running off into the fog and dies instantly.
Ha.
So you don't even get to feel good about the dog. You only know him for about 2 minutes. And then
my
the
God.
guy, he's the guy who runs into the town all crazy, like, the mist is coming, right? And I think the whole premise of the show was to, I think the reason they changed it, and if I watched the behind the scenes that I looked up after I watched this cringy shit, the creators of the show wanted to try something new, and what they wanted to do was not show monsters necessarily. They wanted to show human beings as the monsters. What happens when people gather together and the electricity goes out and the paranoia sets in and the fear sets
The
in.
monsters are due on Maple Street kind of syndrome.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with that classic episode of The Twilight Zone. I don't know.
Yes. But that was portrayed in the original Mist much better. And, in the original Mist, that crazy religious lady that went fucking nuts and got everybody kind of converted,
Yeah.
She dies in the first episode.
Oh, what?
What?
The crazy religious lady who was like a staple of the original story just gets her jaw ripped off or something in the first episode.
Nice.
And it's like a really bad, like, sci-fi channel graphics too. Like,
Right.
Like those Asylum movies. All those like cheap sci-fi channel movies. They're made by this company called The Asylum.
right. Lord Magog,
jeez.
if you were not a necromancer, then what school of magic would you have liked to specialize in? Well, I am a necromancer. That is my primary school of study, but I've studied many schools of magic. Destruction, creation magic, everything from ice magic to manipulation magic, mind magic, not fate magic. I don't have fate magic. Nobody accuses me of stealing fate magic. But I think I would like to specialize in seduction magic.
That face.
That'd be very nice magic to have. Could say magic. It'd be more of a metaphorical magic, though.
Right. And seduction magic can either be very. Seduction magic is like glimmer magic. You can make yourself more handsome, or you can disguise yourself as your. Say you love somebody, but they're married, so you can turn yourself into their spouse and go and bang the shit out of them, like Arthur's dad did.
Ooh, AP Frog says they just made Whitey $400 in super chats.
Oh my god.
Damn, $400.
Well, he's dead. What's he gonna do with it?
What? Whitey lives. You see, Whitey was dead, but 3 days later he arisen.
It wasn't
And
me.
now, if we believe in Whitey, we will not perish, but be given everlasting life.
No, everlasting shills. You forgot. Everlasting shills. No.
Everlasting shills.
Everyone's complaining because apparently the thumbnail has AP and Ghastly in it, but they're not on.
Say what?
Apparently the thumbnail has AP and Ghastly. Like
That was
their
a
little
mistake.
icons.
I was just promoting them, but I'll send them the link if they want to come on.
Shit get
I
crazy.
think they're streaming with Whitey right now, though.
Yep. Many thanks, my lord. I do have a concern about your invasion. Earthrealm has very little magic. The only objects of power I know of are Medusa's rack. And if Lacey Green has been red-pilled,
Oh my-
Chris Raygun's cock. Can your magical power be sustained? That's from Brahms. Well, yes, I can feed off of the magical power that comes from Medusa's breasts. And I will stroke Chris Raygun's cock if necessary.
Yeah.
That is the most wonderful thing I've ever heard. Medusa's rack instead of Medusa's wrath. I have to make that a shirt now.
Medusa's wrath.
Is somebody in the chat saying if Modern Medusa could rape me and I'd be okay with it?
Yeah, I saw that.
But if you're okay with it, then it would be consensual sex. Logically,
Exactly.
you can't rape somebody and be okay with it.
Right. And Incandescent01 in my Streamlab says, "Are you looking forward to Monday? I can hardly wait. It'll be great. Also, what's with Medusa? Normally, she's got tits almost hanging out of her shirt. Well, it's Halloween, so she's being a Puritan."
I'm diva. Look, I have costume. I'm Halloweeny.
Well, you know what's with Halloween costumes for chicks, though? I mean, like half the costumes say sexy this or sexy that, whereas the male costumes never do.
That's completely wrong, and you're false on that. Sorry. Hate to break it to you, but there
Are there sexy male
costumes you can buy, and most of the time they're like police officers. It's like almost like male stripper uniforms. Police officers, firemen.
Yes, same with the most of the sexy shit for women is usually like
that is not a sexist industry. They will, if it's sexy, they'll call it sexy. It doesn't matter who.
Oh
it's
yeah.
for. The only thing they don't do is like, here's the perfect costume for the genderqueer, non-binary person. That's the only thing they don't do.
That's a market though. Thanks for that. You gave me that idea. Now I can market that and make a lot of money.
it's just a plain,
burlap sack.
Yeah, it's just a bodysuit with a face drawn on it. The color of the walls in a dentist office. So since we have our new guest, let's take a break from the SJW Mist show, and tell the audience a little about yourself, Loudmouth.
I'm some loudmouth on the internet with an opinion. I make movie reviews, other commentaries on YouTube, basically, comedy skits, stuff like that. It's pretty basic stuff.
Awesome. That's enough out of you.
I like reviewing bad movies mostly.
I'm joking.
Nice.
That's my gimmick tonight, is telling people. Seduction magic, Lephart says. Seduction magic comes with being a warlock, FYI. This is true. This is very true. But, you have to understand that magic even has there's a light side and a dark side. There's a balance of magic. So seduction magic is kind of considered the light side of magic, and just rape magic is the dark side of that.
Wouldn't it be kind of similar? Like, you ever watch, like, in the Harry Potter movies, for example, there are those love potions that are kind of sold in stores in the Harry Potter universe and cause intense infatuation among somebody for somebody. I'm like, isn't that essentially a magical version of a date rape drug? And yet in the Harry Potter universe, these are just sold for any teen to take, and it's apparently legal. I
would argue that it's worse than a date rape drug.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes you literally fall in love with your predator.
Yes, it does. Yes.
That's
so I say
right?
everyone.
That's got to be worse.
George should be going to Azkaban for that.
No shit. That's crazy. Now, I don't know much about the Harry Potter universe because I prefer actual, real, proper magic and not some fictional Hollywood bullshit. But if that is in the Harry Potter universe, then the Harry Potter is just as rapey as Twilight is.
I'd say Harry Potter's a bit more rapey than Twilight. There's actually some perverted stuff in the Harry Potter books.
You know what fucks me up about that Twilight series? Here's a vampire. I get it that he's stuck in a body of a 16-year-old, but he has been alive since, I don't know, 150 years, and he's still going to high school, hitting on high school chicks. Yeah. Like, I don't care what your body looks like. You've been alive for 150 fucking years. Okay, you're an old man. Okay, it's a little rapey.
Yeah.
The great thing about high school chicks is I get older and they stay at the same age.
Yeah.
The main thing about the Twilight series that's so fucked up, though, is the fact that Bella is basically the exact opposite of what any young girl should be. It basically plays on kind of a subconscious desire of young women that they want a handsome man who just takes care of them. But Bella, honestly, is she intentionally puts herself in danger in the hopes that her Playgirl models will come and save her. Like, this is a really bad character to aspire to be, essentially.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Jerbear Kexon says, not true, he noticed me Monday. Well, you are noticed now. And the Bitching Witch says, it's Stockholm Syndrome potion.
Yeah,
yeah, she's right about that. And I love the Bitching Witch. Bitching Witch. she's got wonderful breasts. You're gonna have some competition,
my.
Medusa.
No, and honestly, the best example of
I like all the
Stockholm
breasts.
syndrome would be Beauty and the Beast.
That's a little Stockholm syndrome. But at least
No,
at least he turns back into a human and is like relatively handsome to her. And
Right, but he essentially falls in love with the guy that held her captive for several months.
Yes, that's true, but I mean, come on. I hold women captive all the time in my wizard tower, but because it's a wizard tower, they're rather impressed. After they stop screaming.
Hell yeah.
This stream is demonetized.
Oh. Well, great. I don't even have tits out, and it gets demonetized. That's what happens, I guess.
Yep.
Welcome to YouTube.
Jack T. Ripper says Whitey's stream is still a better love story than Twilight.
Okay, good one.
Well, it's the other thing that bothered me about the Twilight thing is the wolf kid. He's all in love with Bella, but eventually she becomes a vampire. They have a vampire half-breed child. And the moment he sees this little baby, he, imprints on her and falls in love.
Yeah.
It's trying to normalize pedophilia.
That's not weird at all. And
It feels like it is. Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to fall in love with her when she's old enough. Ooh!
Right,
Might as
And the
well
rat-
just go
She
to a
has a
hospital
break-
and, visit the little kids that are just born, and you can look through that window, and you just might as well be like, I want number 2 with a large Coke and some fries.
Yeah, it's messed up. There was another one Stephanie Myers wrote, a science fiction story called The Host, and I swear to God, it's the most boring science fiction movie I've ever seen in my fucking life.
The movie was really bad.
It was.
I
shitty.
like the book.
It was so bad. It was just boring as shit. I mean, how could a movie that involves brain slugs taking over the entire human race be that fucking boring and unwatchable?
See, Animorphs did it right.
Animorphs did it right. Essentially, that movie, The Host, is Animorphs if Animorphs really sucked.
Oh my god, I remember those books.
Some people are reporting that my mic is really low. Is it better now? Everybody report to me. I've been having technical difficulties.
I'd fucking love to see an Animorphs movie. If an Animorphs movie that was done well, that'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be so weird.
It would be cool. I would be down to watch it.
I have
TV
no idea
show
what that
wasn't very good.
Let me, everybody in the chat, report to my mic, and then you guys can continue talking about Animorphies or whatever your furry thing you're into.
Someone says, "Oh man, I miss Animorphs." Yeah.
Yeah,
There were some rumors of them making a movie, but I think they were bullshit.
They were overly exaggerated.
You know what would be a great movie from an old cartoon that I discovered when I researched your realm? There was a cartoon. It only lasted 3 seasons. It was called Gargoyles.
Yeah.
I love that show.
That would be an epic fucking live action movie.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. And honestly, that show, at least the first 2 seasons, the 3rd season took a big nosedive, is really some of the best television ever produced. It really is phenomenally well written.
And you know what? I watched it, because I had just discovered your world, and of course I was instantly exposed to the SJW nonsense and all that stuff, right? So when I watched Gargoyles, I was like, oh, great. They just threw a Latina fucking cop in there just to be... And then I realized it was long before all this garbage. And I realized they didn't have to play on that. It wasn't even a question. She had a black brother. She was an awesome fucking main female lead. They didn't have to play on her race thing. They just did a great job with the character.
And half Native American.
Sorry, I was still talking. So I didn't hear what you said.
I said, the Elisa Mazza's actual ethnic mix in the show is half African American, half Native American. That was her ethnic mix.
Okay, cool. I'm just saying they didn't do it to be, gender or racial politics. They did it because she was a strong fucking character.
Right. And actually they did it because that was actually the ethnic mix of the actress who voiced her. So they just kept that with her character.
Yeah, but there was no political agenda behind it. It was just because they wanted to. It wasn't. And the character still holds up better than most characters in cartoons today. All those characters hold up better than most cartoons today because now cartoons suck.
Well, yeah, like a lot of like the voice cast of gargoyles were like actors from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
Counselor Troy was the voice of Demona. I swear that woman's voice could get anyone going. Face me, human, if you dare.
Yes, and then what was it? The main bad guy was voiced by Jonathan. What's his name?
Jonathan Frakes.
Frakes, yeah. Good stuff.
And he even was animated to look a little like Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah. They and it was Disney, and I read somewhere I caught this. It was a Disney cartoon, and they had tweeted out one April Fool's back in like 2013 or something that they were going to make a live-action Gargoyles movie, and it was on April Fool's Day, and I guess Disney thought it would just be funny. Everybody freaked out. They thought it was like really going to happen, and it was crazy. Like the response they got should have made them actually make it come true, but they had to tweet out whatever or send out a message online saying, "Oh, that was just we just picked a random cartoon from our past. We didn't know that it would go that far. It was April Fool's, and it really pissed a lot of people off because apparently Gargoyles has quite the fan following."
Oh, it does, yeah.
It still does to this day. And
another clever thing was the main villain's name was David, and the main hero's name is Goliath, like David and Goliath.
Yeah.
From the Bible.
They played on the biblical aspect.
Really? I didn't know his name was David. I thought his name was like Xanatos or something.
David Xanatos, yes.
Oh, I didn't know his first name. I'm sorry. Okay, I only just discovered your web.
Oh. So I've seen that show every episode like 10 times, so I know all about it.
Shit.
Yes. Thexor the Bearded gave a Streamlabs donation. Remember the 5th of November. Remind them, Magog. This is the thing all YouTubers need to do. I think he's referencing my M for Magog. Or was it M for Mutiny? Yes, M for Mutiny, M for Magog. Video where I called all YouTubers to, on the 5th of November, to only release premium good episode, do a special extra awesome episode of your show and post it only on alternative sites, not YouTube.
Okay.
Just VidMe.
Yeah, like VidMe or Minds or whatever have you, or upload it directly to Facebook if you want to not, it is more of a protest against YouTube, but Facebook's just as horrible with their fucking SJW bullshit too. So
Facebook's worse.
In many ways, yes. The Mad Monk says, "Fright Power, Magog, love you." Fright Power. All hail Blue Whale.
The fright power is getting pretty strong with Halloween coming.
Yes. And praise Keck. I have no idea what I'm going to do for Halloween. I don't know if I'm going to try to do a special stream, or if I'm just going to hop around on different streams. I don't know yet. Things are very busy for me right now. And I have the sniffles.
Oh no, not the sniffles.
So anyway, we were talking about SJW crap in television, movies, and stuff. Have you guys seen any other, just blatant examples of it?
The Defenders on Netflix, of course, everybody knows that.
Really? Because I watched that, and I didn't catch that many things. I mean, there might have been one or two subversive things, but I didn't catch that.
The biggest one that stands out the most is the moment in the show where friggin' my brain just went. Danny and Iron Fist and Luke first meet, and then the whole white privilege thing was brought up, and they had that whole thing.
Oh, that part, yeah. Well, yeah, they talked about how Danny was like a billionaire and therefore white privilege.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
But I didn't take that as an SJW thing because it happened to be true.
Well, it was true, but at the same time,
you're a billionaire. He's like the Bruce Wayne of the lower class superheroes.
But the dude lost his parents. The dude he didn't have the company for the longest time. He was raised.
So
in
he is
freaking-
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's just a more humble Bruce Wayne. 'Cause we know Bruce Wayne plays on that that rich boy archetype type of thing, but Danny doesn't. Danny is more down to earth individual. That's because he was raised by the monks and stuff like that.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, he lived a pretty horrible life, given that his parents were murdered, and and all this and that. And I get that, and that's not exactly privilege. But I think that you have to come at it from the point of view of the black guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Luke Cage, you have to come at, he didn't know anything like that. He just knew he was Danny Rand. And
That's true.
like head of the Rand Enterprises, multi-billionaire. Like,
Right.
he doesn't know all the personal shit. They became friends eventually. So and they didn't harp on it. It was like one scene. And I think that's why I kind of disagree with you. Now, in like The Mist and the 4th season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it was like all the fucking time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one or two little things in there. It was like,
Right. They really like drove home what they were trying to put out, there.
Yeah, and then I read those shitty articles that happened after.
Yeah, I've heard the Emoji Movie is like full of SJW shit. I plan on reviewing the Emoji Movie soon.
Oh, I refuse to watch that. It looked like garbage, even if it didn't have SJW shit.
Remember, people.
Well, like the trailer's clearly with the one character, the one tomboy female character who don't need no man kind of deal. That was definitely kind of playing to that market.
I think everybody will agree with me when I say that at least everybody is happy that Amy Schumer is not becoming Barbie in the new Barbie movie. They canceled all that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer is Barbie. What world are we living in,
Oh, Jesus.
When you go to the movie theater and you watch crap, they give us more crap, people. Remember that.
That's true, but
That's
at
why
the
I haven't
same
seen
time-
That's why I saw it twice.
Well, but at the same time, in general, Hollywood ticket sales in movie theaters and stuff, and even online rentals, has been going down dramatically for the past 5 years.
There's been some really good ones this year, though. Logan was amazing. The remake of It was really good.
Oh yeah, that shit.
I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to see it.
I thoroughly
do it.
enjoyed. Okay,
Do it.
she's got a hard on for clowns. I get it.
Do it.
That right there, everybody, is the face you make when your pussy gets hard.
Yeah.
What was another really good one? Oh, the new Planet of the Apes movie, War for the Planet of the Apes, fantastic.
Is it?
I haven't seen any of those, but
Oh, it was really good. Oh, it was really
racist
good.
against
Really,
monkeys.
really dramatic and intense. Fantastic movie.
You know what ones
But,
I watched
another-
recently that I liked? I watched both John Wick films back to back.
I haven't seen John Wick at all.
Those
I
were,
think
those are fun.
I think
They were
Andrew
fun.
watched that the other day, but I didn't pay attention.
Now, Jerber, am I saying that right, or is it Jerber Kexon? Jerber Kexon says, "Is Spider-Man: Homecoming good?" It's good,
Yes.
but it has SJW shit in it.
There is
for it.
SJW shit, but overall, I still thought it was the best Spider-Man movie since 2004. Definitely.
Most definitely, yes, definitely. And fuck the Andrew Garfield movies. I mean, I liked them at first, and then I studied them a little more after I watched them, and I was like, no.
Yeah, they were.
And then Andrew Garfield, he said in the third one, after Gwen Stacy's death, he wanted it to traumatize Peter Parker so much that he becomes gender fluid. And
What?
He wanted
I think I remember
Sony. He
that.
wanted Sony to make Mary Jane a male character instead, and have like a redheaded Irish. I don't know.
What?
Fucking. And Sony just flat
Man,
out
that
was
was
like.
fun.
And even though Sony was like the ones who made the Ghostbusters, even they were like flat out like, if we do that, they will literally come here with pitchforks and flames and burn our studio to the ground. We can't just change Mary Jane Watson like that. She's one of the most beloved, like, female, girlfriend, I guess, type characters. Because she's hardly a damsel in distress. She kicks ass in the comic books, from what I hear. I don't exactly read comic books, but, everybody loves Mary
that
Jane.
goes to the main reason that Sony made that deal with Marvel that brought Spider-Man to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of the main reasons they did it is because they wanted to fire Andrew Garfield because he was getting on their nerves with some of his behavior.
He was annoying the fuck out of them.
Yeah, so they just wanted to get rid of him. So and they did that. So the fans wouldn't just complain about another reboot if they're teaming up with Marvel. They're like, oh, but it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it's awesome.
Right. Mind Rover gave a CHF $5. A CHF, what is that? Is that Switzerland again? Is that Switzerland? That's Switzerland, right? All hail Blue Whale, he says.
Yeah.
He or she.
Oh, hail Blue Whale.
Can't tell from the little picture. It's because I'm blind.
Someone says David Cullen and Mary Jane Watson.
That's okay.
Yep, Lepot says Mary Jane was already a tough girl. Turning her into a guy ruins that. Yes, I agree with that. And Garfield's a beta cuck, says Roma45. I think most people will. I love the. Oh man,
They can make her a hermaphrodite.
Says nobody cares. I just love that guy's name though. Nuke the ice caps. That's fucking hilarious.
The ice caps. That is funny.
So, any other examples of this, like, just blatant SJWs? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm seeing it everywhere now. Like, I tried watching that iZombie.
Oh god.
Oh, really? That has stuff in it?
It's good up until a point, but then once
I saw
you
the
get
commercials for that. It looked terrible.
once you
Yeah, I
get
didn't
into
think
the-
it was going to be good enough.
It's
to
all
watch.
right. It's an all right film, or show. But once you get into the later seasons, obviously, when the politics start taking over, you catch little things. It's not as heavy because at least it's done well with good proper gore, unlike The Mist. It's like, oh god, the cockroaches are killing me. Oh, god.
Uh,
That still throws me
But-
off. I don't get it.
well, there's a couple things I think of immediately, which is first the fact that they added like a Powerpuff Girl or whatever, or they remade something. I'm not really sure, but there's a black teal-haired Powerpuff Girl now.
Yeah, the
and-
fourth sister or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Fucking-
I was just like, why would you do that other than just to make money?
Pretty much.
Sell
know-
toys. Let that Pago character in the next Star Wars movie. What's this thing exist in this movie for? Sell toys.
Yep. I mean, God, like Disney just picked up right where Lucas left off with the merchandising.
Oh,
Yeah.
was anyone surprised about that? Come on.
Nobody.
Fuck no. Disney's always been like they're marketing fucking geniuses. Let's not lie here.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Have
just
that.
watching that South Park episode earlier today, where Mickey Mouse was like telling the Jonas Brothers to use purity rings to sell sex to children.
Oh, I love that episode.
That was wonderful. But
Purity
Yeah,
rings
someone-
make girls' vaginas tickle. Ha ha.
oh my god. But someone reminded me in the chat that the new American Horror Story is actually pretty social justice-y from what I see. But I can't tell if it's making fun of it or just presenting it neutrally or presenting it as
No, they're not making fun of it. Now, I stopped watching it, but I know it's SJW, which is why I don't watch it. And here's how I know. The creator of the show, before the new season was about to come out, did an interview, and he mentioned in the interview, when they asked him, oh, what's the next one going to be? Because the last one was, I don't know, Roanoke Island or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, we might do one over an election.
Oh,
An
no. I knew that's
incredibly
what-
fascist person gets elected president, and then have the White House be haunted or something. And he said this in an interview, and that's why I know where his political thing lies.
Has anyone watched Star Trek Discovery? I've heard there's a lot of SJW stuff in that show.
I
It is
have
not
yet to
worth
see it.
watching.
I have yet to see it.
It is not worth watching. Watch Orville. It's fucking amazing. Anyways, fucking the new Star Trek is absolute shit. It is pandering to the lowest denominator. They're completely trying to phase out all the history that Star Trek, all the history of Star Trek. It's just they're trying to destroy all of it and just remake it into this thing that is not It's not Star Trek.
They just call
crap.
it something else and fucking.
It's Cuck Track. There you
Oh
go.
no.
Well, I mean, like I said, I can't speak on it because I have yet to watch it. I have seen the Orville though, and it's fun. That's just I expected it to be SJW because Seth MacFarlane's politics, but at least Seth MacFarlane isn't like he's definitely against political correctness.
Yeah.
So at least I was kind of expecting it, but it's not as heavy-fisted. There's a few things, but it's not as heavy-fisted as other things. Fisting. Fisting.
I like fisting.
My Drover gave a few more, said, fuck PC, let the speech be free. Yes, my
boy.
Drover. Yes, my
That's
Drover,
how it
you are
should
correct.
be.
Free speech. That's what I've been worried about. Obviously people have been, I finally got around to catching up with my content. I had to take a couple weeks off for personal reasons from regular content. I still did streams. But I finally get an episode out, but it's still like, it's like instantly demonetized. There's this constant like, why can't I be the type of person I want to be? Why do they have to do this constant bullshit, on social media platforms? It's not just YouTube, too. Twitter's doing it with their new rules they're trying to implement. Like, we're going to be stricter. It's like, but it's already against the rules, the stuff that really matters, like stalking, threats, death threats, that kind of thing. Already against the rules. So now they're just adding more to placate the people, that complain the most. And honestly, that's all it is complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, my fifis are hurt. You must die. The end.
Honestly, other than violent threats or doxes, I really wouldn't never report anything. I just block someone if they're pissing me off.
Well, most rational people, I think, are like that. But here's the thing, too, is like, even if somebody wanted to start a platform, and there already is Gab and Minds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if one of us YouTubers wanted to start a new platform, a new app or something, we get blackballed instantly. I mean, they're doing it to Gab right now. Apple pulled Gab's app off of their little Play Store thing because of nudity.
Yeah. But you know that Gab is actually suing Google, citing antitrust laws, saying that they're a monopoly and that's shutting them out.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But that Apple pulled Gab's app because of nudity, and yet they have the Pornhub app and Twitter and Snapchat, which you can access all kinds of nudity on all those. And then Google pulled Gab's app because of hate speech, allowing hate speech on their platform.
Twitter, let's see, all the other shit that's out there.
Pretty much all social media could potentially have someone on there talking shit. I don't understand. What it is they see them as a potential competition, so they're trying to shut them down. That's the way I see it. There's no other real way to do it. I mean, other real way to explain it besides that, because it's blatantly obvious when they offer similar apps on their Play Store and have not done anything to those. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But Gab has made some really fuck ups in their marketing. I feel like they've been way too partisan in the way they market their app. Like, if they're trying to really market this as like an open free speech platform, it feels like a really bad idea to try to be like appeal to the hard right wing so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I've never felt that they did that. I mean,
there were some of the tweets that definitely did.
I haven't seen all the tweets, so I'll take your word for it. But mostly they're just appealing to the ones that feel disenfranchised on other platforms, and I think that's a good marketing strategy. Take all these Trump supporters and Republican types and be like, hey, come over here. But I see plenty of centrists on Gab, too, and they don't seem to be shutting anything I do down, and I'm not a hard writer, so... I ride hard, but I'm not a hard writer.
Hey.
All right. Well, this episode, these Saturday night streams are always fun, but we just like to hop on real quick and talk to the people, but they're never meant to be very long. We're coming up on an hour now. We got 5 minutes till show ends. So if there's anything you guys would like to say in this last 5 minutes, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. Subscribe to Loudmouth Reviews.
Oh, fuck. my fucking.
And subscribe to all these people because they're all awesome.
Yes, I didn't know Loudmouth would be coming, so his link is not in the description, but I will add it afterwards. Jake and
Thanks,
Political's,
Magog.
yes, Jake and Political's link is in the description because I knew he was coming. He wasn't a surprise guest with a stupid mask on. No offense. I'm just poking fun. And,
I was gonna say, since we're already demonetized, we can talk about anything we want.
well, go ahead and shake that ass. I mean, yes, Medusa, speak.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That would be the perfect way to end this stream. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Vanessa.
I was going to show off my costume a little more, just because you can't really see it.
You do that. That's the perfect way to end this stream, actually.
But don't let me interrupt you guys. You can continue.
No, I'm done.
talking.
I'm sure. We totally want you take the floor, Vanessa.
Oh, hold up. I need to fix. I need to do some stuff. I need to do some rearranging.
Well, to all the Magogonites and Jagoffs in the stream, which are my fans, thanks for coming out, guys. And don't forget, spread the word. Help support Magog some more because he's getting hit pretty hard. So, guys, remember, just support our wizard, our local necromancer.
I appreciate that, and don't forget about the GoFundMe for Dual Wield. If you guys can help out get his new computer built, that'd be great. So we can have awesome rap music about wizards.
Oh, so.
Oh, look
All right.
at that. Oh,
Here,
look at that.
Here, blow up Vanessa.
Yeah, check it out. I got this for like $10 on Wish.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Incandescent01 says, I sent you a letter to your Dear Magog address for SideQuest on Monday. I hope you enjoy reading it. I will check that out tonight, Incandescent01.
Let's see. Code Connection says go jerk off. Someone says dicks for Medusa. Not Casey Freeman says nice.
Go to
You
my
got fans, Vanessa?
Patreon. Patreon.com/Modern Medusa if you want to see more. Hey.
Yes, fap.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves your costume. I went ahead and just turned the camera on. Like her.
Yeah, I might stream on Halloween. Not sure yet, but we'll.
Mind Rover says, boobs!
Boobs.
Hell yeah.
All right. Everybody, have a good night and say goodbye to the lovely
Thanks for
Modern
watching.
Medusa.
Love you all.
Later.